Hey folks, got some stuff to talk about today. So the microphone that I use, this is a MicTech CV4 that I had. I had a new capsule made for it by Shannon Rhodes of MicRehab.com. I think that's MicRehab.com or whatever. You can look it up on Facebook, MicRehab.com or .net or whatever. Anyway, he runs it. He's awesome. He does all the mic maintenance for Blackbird Studios, which is that massive studio down in Nashville, or it's somewhere down there. Equipment wise, you guys all know I have the Durga. So it's a Durga 8. It's a number 3, or it's a version 3. And then this horn is a Yanagisawa 9930 that I got in 1998, so it's officially 20 years old, never been overhauled. A lot of the pads look pretty horrendous. As you may have seen in some of my other playtest videos, it's the only horn that I know where I went and shot out like a ton of different altos from Kim Bach at his shop, and then at Roberto's shop in Manhattan. And yeah, after testing out all those horns, none of those other horns that I played made me say, I need to get rid of this. Instead, they said, keep your horn, just get it overhauled. Spend that $1,200 and get an official overhaul done. Although that 9935 that I played at Roberto's, which was like $7,000, that thing was sweet, man. Like, if there was one horn there that I was like, you know what? Let me get rid of this thing and get that. That was the horn. That was the horn. CV4 goes into some gear over here. MicTech CV4 goes into this thing. This thing goes into this thing. And then this thing goes into the computer. And that's the way that works. All right, so whenever I'm tracking stuff in Logic, this is what gets captured. Or this is how I set up the reverb and stuff that's going on. So I have... the first thing I got is Ocean Way Studios, and I set it to horn. All right, just to give you a vibe for what this sounds like. If I input monitor this, you can kind of get a sense for what the reverb does to my voice. So if I'm playing sax stuff, doing some short notes, you can get a vibe for that. The other thing I have on here is plate reverb. That sounds like this. Plate reverb. I got a little bit of sound rolled off the top, just a little bit, for the actual saxophone sound itself. Got a tiny little dip around 240 where the mid is, and then a little bit of a lift right at the top just to kind of, give it a little bit of air, sweeten it up a little bit. It's the big news right there. Wife and I are pregnant. It's pretty cool. It's gonna be here in August. As of like the start of this year, I started releasing a video on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and something that I've been wanting to do is, ever since the people who saw my videos testing out some of this video equipment came through and supported me and helped me pick up all this equipment, the camera lens and the HDMI to Thunderbolt adapter, it's been really easy for me to just create a bunch of content. So what I've been doing is just shooting a ton of stuff and just kind of scheduling it. So the direction that I want to take the channel, and you can see here I've got all 9, I've got parts 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of that Kevin Conley thing. Those are all scheduled to go out on every Wednesday until March. And then on Fridays I've got my Fingerbuster thing going on. You can see those are scheduled up till episode 6. And I actually have I still have to shoot them, but I've got the content for basically till the middle of the year just ready to go. I just need to shoot it and edit it and throw it up there. But what I want to do is, have Fingerbuster Fridays. Once I get through with this thing on Wednesdays, I'm unsure what I want to fill that time up with, but I'm thinking about this idea, Transcription Tuesday. And the whole idea behind that is that I've got a lot of solos that I've transcribed over the years. Let me see. If I go all the way over here into my solos folder, scores, solos. Here's all my Cannonball solos that I transcribed. Like here's, Big P from At the Lighthouse. Right, I've got all this kind of stuff. And I went in super hardcore on all the articulation and whatnot. all that kind of stuff. And my main reason for doing this was, and this is way back in 2004 when I did all this stuff. But I did a ton of records of his. I did a bunch of other people, like Nicholas Payton and whatnot, and a lot of Phil Wood stuff. Well, not a lot, just 2 of them, but that kind of stuff. And I really think that something that would be really cool to do is to take some of these easier solos, shoot myself playing them, and then break it down like, one phrase at a time. So let's do Who Cares? So the idea would be that like each video breaks down like a lick or 2 from it, and kind of space it out into like 5-minute videos. So basically break down from like this lick to right there. That would be one video. And as you can see, this solo is like super long, so maybe we wouldn't do the whole thing. But just, break it down and teach it, because I know that a lot of people, they do a little bit of that, but they don't really go in, they just show themselves playing it, which is always cool. But it doesn't like teach how to do it. I'm kind of thinking, that could be a cool thing to do for like Transcription Tuesdays. Music Mondays would be when I'm actually like me playing it. Yeah, that's kind of the direction that I'm thinking about heading. There's a song that Cannonball did on a record called Kidney Stew. The record is Cannonball and Cleanhead. Every time I've had a student that I felt it was time for them to learn how to transcribe a solo, that was the solo that I was recommended, because it's the perfect solo in that it's a B-flat blues. It's like 2 choruses long, maybe it's 3, but it's nice and short. There's nothing too complicated about it. The most complicated rhythm that the guy plays is like a triplety thing. Everything else is just like blues licks and held notes. So it's kind of the perfect, for me, it was like, this is the perfect solo to learn if you've never transcribed a solo before. Keeping in mind that Kind of Blue, Miles Davis's solo on that is awesome, but it's also like 2.5 minutes long. After a while, it gets kind of boring, because it's like the complexity level doesn't arrive until you get to Coltrane's solo, which is too high, and then Cannonball's solo, which is still like too high if you're a beginner. But I feel like the challenge that is found within that Kidney Stew solo is kind of the perfect level to learn to transcribe from. If you've looked at the Kind of Blue solo by Miles Davis, or the Freddie the Freeloader solo from Kind of Blue from Miles Davis, if you've already listened to that and you're like, you can sing along with it, then there's nothing really that difficult about it that you can't learn. And it's kind of long, so it'd be, the pacing of it is it's a little too slow to like kind of spread out over videos. So yeah, definitely kind of rambling a lot. Anyway, that's kind of what I'm thinking about doing. Fingerbuster Fridays, Wednesday, I'm not sure what I want to do for Wednesdays. Yeah, my goal is to kind of just start posting way more regularly. And I like the whole idea. I'm getting pretty good response when I post up just like a segment out of a larger video and say, hey, you can get the video here get it here from my Gumroad link, donate if you want. Donate, you don't have to, you can get it for free. The response that I'm kind of getting from that kind of post is working pretty well. That's something that I would like to do, because I have all these solos. I did them over a decade ago. They were kind of where I got all my chops from. And there's a lot of artists that I listen to that I haven't transcribed that I think would be great to transcribe. Let's see, there's some Pete Chrisley solos. There's some Nicholas Payton stuff. There's some Nelson Rangel stuff. There's a couple. I have like a whole YouTube playlist of stuff that I want to do, of like solos to learn. Like there's some Michael Brecker stuff on there. There's some, what's that guy's name? Chris Potter stuff that's on there. And all of it would just be pretty awesome. Anyway, that's kind of where my thoughts are. Based on, the analytics of Google, apparently you guys just really like seeing me play with Kingsborough. And unfortunately, that's not going to happen again because I'm on the other side of the country. What I would like to do is just not have months go by where I don't post anything. So that's kind of why I'm kind of gearing towards regular content. And I think you guys would appreciate it. I got a pretty good response on that second Fingerbuster. By all means, leave me some comments. Let me know what you guys think of this content that I'm putting out. Be sure to give me likes and whatnot. YouTube changed their whole monetization scheme. Thankfully, I'm not getting killed by that. I definitely have more than 10,000 views on my channel, and I definitely have more than 4,000 hours worth of viewed content. I'm clear in that regard. It would be really cool to get pushed up into that top 5%, but I am not a makeup blogger, and I am not a cooking blogger, and I don't have like 1 million subscribers, so I'm definitely not in that, anywhere near that threshold. So yeah, basically, time is going to start getting kind kind of short for me based on, based on these things. Based on these pictures, time's going to get kind of short. That'll happen around August, and, I would love to have, depending on the response that I get, if I get the kind of response that I'm looking for and the content is, the people like what I'm putting out and whatnot, then I would love to just have like a ton of videos scheduled, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, just, queued up through, all the way through August. And then I can just, between now and then, once I get all that stuff queued up and shot and edited and whatnot, I can just focus on other stuff like maybe actually working on a record or making some videos of me, performing some pop tunes. Like there's a tune that I really want to do on tenor. I just haven't found the time to do it, and that's that new I'm Too Good at Goodbyes, the Sam Smith tune. That tune is just going to be money on the tenor, so I really want to cut that and get that out there into the world. I think it would be better to upload, these kind of teaching videos like Wednesdays and Fridays, and then on just keep it like a regular thing. You guys can always expect that, for the foreseeable future. I'll say like, the next 6 to 9 months or whatever. And then outside of that, I'll be able to like upload stuff of me like performing a tune or whatever, that kind of thing. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up here. Thanks for checking it out. Be sure to like, subscribe, give me a share, give me a comment, all that good stuff. Let me know what you guys think. All right, peace.